Good morning, everybody. It's Positive Tuesday today, not 117th, it's the 17th today, 2024. Typo there. For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Dryden Wire founder Ben Dryden, and you are watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by Professional Exteriors and Interiors. With 20 years experience, this locally owned and operated business provides quality work both on the inside and on the outside of your home or business. Like Fitzy and I, they believe it's the little things that make a big difference. Give them a call today. See what they can do for you. The number's right there on the screen, 715-520-2271. Good morning, Sharon and Fitzy. Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm awesome. Good morning. How are you?
Great. I mean, I'm usually in a pretty good mood, but I've got a lot of positive vibes this morning. I don't know why.
That's right. Getting a lot of stuff done. It's a beautiful day out again. Man, it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
You'd have to go outside to see that. But yes,
I can look out the window. Yeah, I can see behind me the sun's coming through our shade. So yeah, it's a gorgeous morning. Oh my goodness, I thought about you the other day, as I always do, and I'll get to it. It's this. Did you see anything about this Florida sheriff? What he's doing when it comes to school hoaxes and stuff?
Yes, I did. Well, I didn't see what I heard. What he wanted to do. I didn't see that he did anything.
Yeah, so we put it in our headline links this morning. I want to talk to you about that. Maybe we'll do that right after our football picks. We also, a couple other things, of course, we'll talk about. It was a Cumberland Police Department press release, but the headline was police respond to armed suspect outside gas station, Cumberland man detained. You had a couple announcements this week. New tool enables Barron County residents to register camera locations for crime assistance. We talked about that before. But I think there's obviously an update on that now. And then Barron County's jails HSED program celebrates 26 graduates, marking a 173% increase. That's freaking awesome. Uh-huh. But I also understand some people don't love that stuff, which I don't understand why you wouldn't. But we'll get to all of that. As always, we like to start with sports to kind of keep things light while people kind of slowly are joining us. And good morning, Sharon, and good morning, Dirk, and everyone else that is watching. Please, if you're watching this live, please put in the comments, good morning, tell us how you're doing. So our picks last week, you went 4 for 4, I went 2 for 4. So after 2 weeks, we are tied up. 6 picks out of 8 each, so we're tied up 2 weeks.
All right.
So what are our picks this week? The only one I know for sure we should probably do is Ravens and Cowboys, and I have no idea.
Well, yeah, no kidding.
I mean, can you see the Ravens going 0-3?
They're both going to go 0-3, no.
Well, one's 1-1, the Cowboys, and the Ravens are 0-2. I can't see them going 0-3, but I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I'll come back to that one. Because we have to have at least one that we differ on, so
this is a good one. How about Detroit, Arizona? With Arizona being a surprise team.
Oh, man, that's another.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, that's another tough one. What are the lines on it? Do you know?
No, I don't know lines. Just pick a team.
I can't just pick a team. Hold on a second. NFL scores week 3. So which one is it? The Lions...
Arizona. It's at Arizona.
Okay, there it is. Detroit by 3, and they're on the road. Arizona is looking good, and you picked it right last week. I had that one wrong. You had the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield for Hall of Fame, I guess. Well, man, that guy's just killing it this year.
Going all the way with Baker.
Yeah, I'll go. Shoot. Yeah, I think their wide receiver got hurt. I'm going to go Cardinals in a quote-unquote upset, even though they're at home. I'm going to go Cardinals.
I'm going Cardinals, too.
Okay. What else do we have?
Houston, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Two surprise teams. Minnesota's 2-0. Houston's 2-0. It's in Minnesota. No, I'm sorry. It's in Houston.
In Houston, Minnesota, they're looking pretty good. They just beat the 49ers. Houston is a 2.5-point favorite. Oh, man, these are hard.
I know. This is a hard week.
Why aren't you picking easy ones here? I don't know. Who do you have?
I'm taking Minnesota.
I'll go Texans.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Texans on that one.
KC, Atlanta.
Kansas City. Atlanta just won last night, right?
Right. Last second. Kirk Cousins brought him down the field. I'm taking Atlanta.
You know, the Chiefs, I think they just lost their running back. Their main running back, and they're not looking super awesome. But you know what? I'm still going Chiefs. Even though I think the Falcons win. I'll go Chiefs on that one.
Okay.
All right. So what was the first one? That was the fourth. That was the Raven. Screw it. I'll go Ravens. So that means like 3 out of our 4 picks we differ on. So this will be really interesting.
All right. I got the Cowboys.
All right. Anything else going on in sports that you saw? I saw that Michigan Wolverines quarterback got benched.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see that. And nothing spectacular in college football. Alabama beat Wisconsin. Not unexpected. Yeah.
The Packers,
just
though.
A good
we both got that one right. Packers last week.
Yeah.
So, cheapers.
And they played Tennessee. I was going to put that on the list, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, they ran the ball like 400 times. Right? I mean, it's like you can just plug in anyone. You know how much I don't particularly care for the Packers.
Right.
But no kidding, that is like the most well-run organization in all of the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe I should change that pick, Patty. Doggone it.
Yeah. Patty's smart. See, I know.
All right, fine. I'm still sticking with the Texans.
Yeah, I know. They might. I mean, the Texans look good too.
They do, ish. I don't know.
Otherwise,
right now,
no good sports. Otherwise, it's baseball's coming down the playoffs. WNBA playoffs going to start.
How's hockey? Jace, wasn't that this last weekend?
Yeah, Jace went 1-1 this weekend. They won the first game, lost the second game 2-1. So close games, good goaltending. They're getting their groove on, and so we're hitting the road again this weekend.
All right. So as I referenced at the very beginning, there was this. I put it on our headline links this morning on our website. The headline was Florida sheriff fed up with school shooting hoaxes posts boy's mugshot to social media. We'll talk about that and several other things in 15 seconds after word from Spooner Health.
Spooner Health, compassion is at the center of everything we do. It's rooted in who we are and why we're here. It unites us as providers, neighbors, and as a community. Learn more at spoonerhealth.com.
All right, I couldn't believe this when I saw it. So, Florida sheriff fed up with school shooting hoaxes, post boys mugshot to social media. A Florida sheriff fed up with a spate of false school shooting threats is taking a new tactic to try to get through to students and their parents. He's posting the mugshot of any offender on social media. Quote, "Since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them," unquote. He goes on to say, "Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I can do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid so that everybody can see what your kid is up to." Wow. So obviously in Florida, it's the same as Wisconsin, where it's, minors are minors, but if it's a felony, then that's different. It's not exactly the same as Wisconsin, but similar. So it's not doing anything technically illegal because it is technically that is a felony for doing that. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think you got to put a stop to it, especially with these. I know I see Menominee just had one. I think somebody else had one. Maybe Chippewa had one this year. Where these get these fakes hoax. I was down at some training last week, and the guy I was training with, his school had a threat. Whether it was fake or true, I'm not sure. So they were searching all the kids' backpack. A lot of time and effort go into these. These are very serious things. Kids take it as a joke, so it's time to end it. It's real similar to we talked last week about OWIs. There's some theories out there that I should post everybody that gets arrested for OWI their mugshot. We could do that. If that's really what it would take, I would maybe consider this. Maybe this sheriff's got a good thing, and maybe these kids don't want to be embarrassed. And so maybe he's got something going on here that we use social media for good instead of bad. But maybe if everybody that got an OWI in Barron County is going to get a press release put out about them, maybe they wouldn't do it. So because it's first offense is a traffic ticket, but it doesn't mean I can't say it's a public record still. As long as you're an adult, I can post your picture and I can post we stopped so-and-so for drinking and driving and they were arrested and given a citation. We can put that on our Facebook, and maybe that's the answer. Maybe this sheriff's got it right.
And that was the reason I thought about you, because last week on the show, you were talking about your frustration with alcohol, specifically alcohol-related crashes that result in deaths. Yeah. And you were talking about what do we do? I mean, we've done not everything you can do, because clearly there's more that you can do, but we've done so many things. We've tried to educate. We talk about it on the show. We talk about exit strategies, but obviously not everybody watches the show, but you do many other things at the sheriff's office over the years to try to combat this, and it still is happening. Now,
Right.
all of your work and energy and effort probably has reduced because you can't really track or qualify or quantify, not deferment.
Prevention.
Prevention. But, it's still happening all the time, and maybe it's a situation where there just isn't anything you can do, but that's why I thought about this. Like, this is a sheriff just going, that's it, right? We're taking an unorthodox approach. And by the way, it's been received very, very well, or mostly very well. Really, the only kind of complaints that I had read about were they're saying, well, it's just a kid. Like in this case, it was like an 11-year-old. Well, if you know how to do a school, just because you're 11, so maybe you could argue that's too young, et cetera, whatever. But the people that are pushing back are saying, how about you put the parents' photos on there? Right. But it's actually being received kind of well because it's a sheriff just saying, I'm fed up with this. This is getting ridiculous.
And he went on there. I didn't know he posted a picture. I watched the news conference where he said, I'm going to do it if I can. And the next kid that does it, this is going to happen to you. So he's not like he didn't say, he didn't, fire one off and say, here's a warning shot. Just, I'm serious. And boom. But I don't know. But yeah, just last night though, at 5:00, 2 of our patrolmen, we got a complaint on somebody that jumped out of a car. Really wasn't, it kind of was jumped out of a car, but the car was really going really slow. But everybody was intoxicated. Another deputy stopped a guy driving home. Both were intoxicated. Both were arrested last night at 5:00. At 5:00 last night, we had 2 OWIs at the exact same time.
5:00, people driving home.
At 5 p.m., these two, and I don't know where they were coming from or what they were all doing. Plus, it ended up being a couple underage drinking tickets. But last night at 5:00, we had 2 arrests for OWI. So I'm just saying it's not at 2:00 in the morning when everybody thinks it's happening. So we've got to do something. So we worked on, we know where these one group was drinking, and we're going to do something about that today. But yeah, it's not going to end. So I'm going to have to come think outside the box. And that's why I follow the news and you follow the news to come up with new ideas, whether it's for Dryden Wire or it's for the sheriff's department. There's other people doing it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and some things are good. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be tracking that one. I'm going to keep an eye on how that's going down there. Because, it was just very interesting. I honestly, I never would have had the guts to do it. Right? I would have just immediately thought that, man, I'm going to get killed for this. And let's face it, when it comes to, now granted, sheriffs aren't exactly the same as like legislators, even though they're both elected. But so legislators, we all know this, right? Real estate, it's all about location, and politicians all about get reelected, and get reelected. So that would obviously be the biggest concern if I was in that spot going, well, if I do this and the community hates it, I may not be the sheriff next time around. But this is a person who's saying, and I don't know his situation. I don't know if he's very well liked or I have no clue. But this is a person going, I don't care. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and I'm tired of this, and we're going to try a different approach. I commend him for it.
And I think when it comes to schools, I think you got a hand up, whether you hate it or liked. When it comes to making your schools safer, boom, that's the answer. We're making our schools safer, and it takes a ton of resources on a threat into a school, because you got pressure from parents, you got pressure on the school, you got teachers that are scared, you got kids that are scared. It's wrong. It's not going to happen. We're not going to do it. So you got to be careful.
All right. Well, I'll keep following that, and I'm sure you will too. We'll talk about it when there's more information that comes out about that. But getting to a few press releases. This one was actually from the Cumberland Police Department, but it was in Barron, so I wanted to bring it up. Our headline was, Police respond to armed suspect outside gas station. Cumberland man detained. Was your sheriff's office involved in any of that?
Yeah, we were. We assisted the Cumberland Police Department with that case, and they did the case. As I think he was charged yesterday or is charged today. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there was a gun involved, and they did a search warrant, and they recovered a weapon, and they did all that stuff. So we were just there for support and backup and whatever we can do. And went smooth and good deal. There was another gun call the other night in one of our other cities, and we were there to assist, and that one turned out good again. But we got a gun and we got intoxicated use of a firearm, and that one was charged yesterday. I mean, they're not serious enough. That's the problem. We talk about these gun calls, and they're not really serious enough because no one got shot, so it's not a serious call. But these are serious calls that we stack up our people, and we hold the radio traffic, and we do, we think about calling SWAT. We think about calling all this other stuff, but our patrol deputies and our officers handle all these calls and do all this stuff. But it's off to Chief Wolf for putting that press release out and telling people this is what's going on. This is why there was a big excitement in the middle of the afternoon in Cumberland. So, because that one wasn't 2 a.m. again, that was at 5 o'clock.
It was.
The other one was at like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So, I mean, some of them are at night, but they're not at 2 a.m. when everybody expects them to be.
And good morning, Mike Schaefer, and Steve as well for joining us. I was at a doctor's appointment recently, and it's always kind of the same, right? Drink even more water, get exercise, eat better food proportions, right? Yeah, all the basics. And I actually asked this, and so if everyone just followed like those 5 basic things, how much of a reduction of the visits that would you have? And they said, well, I can't really say for sure, but I would guess 80%. I'm like, what? Yeah, the majority of people's problems, really not problems, but I mean the just your lifestyle stuff. It's just your lifestyle, right? Just some basic things. Go for a walk, drink more water, have food. Don't have 3 slices of pizza, have 1 in a salad. Just some basic things, because that solves like a lot of problems, because those lead to a lot. So the reason I brought that up is because what are your 3 things? Like when you look at all these, you get the calls and everything that's happening, whether it's a domestic, it's a crash, or whatever. What are the 3 top contributing factors? I'm assuming alcohol has to be in there.
100% alcohol.
Drugs would probably be in there, maybe not.
Yeah.
What are your 3?
Alcohol, drugs, and don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot.
And probably just threats. I mean, we've got to be, it's just because I almost hit you in the Walmart parking lot, you get mad, bang on my hood, tell me you're going to kick my butt. And I mean, it was an accident. I didn't intentionally hit you. I wasn't paying attention maybe, and I'm sorry, but you don't have to fight me in the middle of the parking lot at high noon. So just anger. I think anger would be one, whether it be with somebody in your family or a stranger. We don't always have to resort to violence and I'm going to kick your butt. So I think alcohol, drugs, and anger. I mean, if you took out
alcohol and drugs, just ballpark, and again, nobody's holding you to this. There's no actual probably data on this. But
there'd be 80% less people in jail. 80, easy. Right. I mean, that's easy. I mean, there isn't anybody in jail that wasn't drunk or wasn't high or wasn't angry and then just said, you know what, I think I'm going to go commit a crime today. It's Tuesday. It's positive. But you know what, I think I'm going to go and do some stuff.
Very good point.
Right.
All right. So you put out another announcement. We had talked about this before, but you put out a press release just last week, and our headline was "New Tool Enables Barron County Residents to Register Camera Locations for Crime Assistance." We had talked about that before, but for people who didn't see that, what is that about?
Well, it's about be calm on Facebook. That's the third thing, because man, did we take a hit on Facebook on that? We're tracking people, and I'm like, we don't have access to your camera. I'm not showing you my cameras, and I'm not doing this. Get a warrant. I'm like, I will get a warrant. If you have video of a crime, I'm going to get a warrant, but I prefer not to because it takes a lot of time. But if you want to not help us with the missing kid, that's fine. We'll go get a warrant. I mean, I wanted to say that to some people on Facebook. I didn't.
No, well, because my dad always said, if it feels good to say it, don't.
No. I mean, it wasn't like, this is just to help us. If you're willing to, I mean, I don't know how many people have. I haven't looked, but it's City Protect. You can register your doorbell camera, your security camera at your business with us. It says we have cameras. Feel free to come and look at them if you need them for a case. Not to look at them because it's Tuesday afternoon and you're wondering if there's any crime out there. Yeah. We're a little short this month. We're just going to watch a video. Hopefully somebody gets something out front. Our quota's down. We don't have quotas, just so you guys know. But you can register your cameras with us. It was just a nice tool. It was a free feature as part of our tip line. I thought it was a neat feature. but man, some people didn't like it. So
So
whatever,
yes,
don't register your cameras.
right, yeah. So I'm not advocating for people to sign up for it or not. If I had that and I was in your county, I would, just because I'm not a criminal. So if you're a criminal, probably don't do it. Like if you go around at night stealing things and then go back home and take it in your garage, you may not want to sign up for that. But it's interesting. Yesterday I saw a commercial for Amazon, and it's called Amazon Key In. Never heard of this. Saw a commercial last night. I actually was watching the football game last night, and it came on. And now it's to kind of help prevent crimes happening. You know, where we heard that before, like porch pirates stealing your packages. Now you sign up for this thing through Amazon for your packages, and then deliver it. They have access then to your garage door to open your garage door, put your packages in, and then close your garage door. Mm-hmm. It's just interesting to me, like what we choose to say Big Brother-ish about or not, right? And it's like, well, I don't want like people using my data. Have you seen your Facebook page? You are willingly giving away all of your information for free. But
I got a list of all those people that didn't want their cameras logged. I got them. They're the criminals. We're now tracking.
Right, there you go.
No,
yeah,
we're not. I'm just kidding.
I just found that interesting that what we choose to say, well, hold on though, but I'm not having cops access to this if there's a crime in the area. Really, again, I'm not advocating for or against it. Do what you feel comfortable doing. It's just interesting.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. But if you want to register your cameras to help us out in case we need it, that we don't have to go door to door, that would be wonderful. If not, we're still going to go door to door, but it would just expedite the process. If we don't have to go door to door right away, we can say, hey, A, B, and C have cameras. Let's go check there, and then we'll go door to door. The next day when there's more time or whatever. But it's City Protect. It's kind of neat. It's through a tip line. It's great. Use it. Don't use it. Don't care. Hope everybody does, because seconds count in crimes. I mean, we don't have a lot of serious crimes, thank God, but if we do, we want to have cameras available to us.
You know, interesting when you said seconds count. We had a former immigration lawyer on. This was a few weeks ago, and he goes around speaking. He was the one that speaks with the former border chief, Clem, and he was on a show a few weeks ago, and we're talking about the border. And maybe you and I talked about it, I can't remember. But he was talking about this isn't to keep people out. Like all the things that we try to do isn't to keep people out. It's simply to slow them down, because minutes matter. So if you can slow someone down 10 minutes, that 10 minutes is vital. So that's a very interesting that you brought that up, or I made that connection in my brain that a lot of this is to just, seconds matter, and any little piece could potentially help. As we say in the show, little things could make a big difference.
Right.
Papers.
And they do make a big difference. It's proven. Little things make a big difference. It's just amazing how saying hi to someone at the store today can mean the world to them when they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
So,
but also remember the opposite is true, right? If you're rude to somebody, that little thing could make a big difference. That could negatively impact them for the rest of the day. So 100%. I'm just saying both of those things are true. So that's why we try to say positive things.
Colin Paul said it. You bring the weather with you. Your weather is how if you're having a bad day, and you bring that weather with you to work or to back home after work, you bring the weather with you, you're going to snap. You're going to, feel crabby. You're going to make other people feel the same way.
Yeah.
So
you also put out, I never heard that before.
Yeah.
I like that.
Bring the weather.
The last one you had put out was, our headline was Barron County Jail's HSED program celebrates 26 graduates, marking a 173% increase. For people who didn't see that, what was that about? And I'm sorry, all of a sudden the sun came up a little while ago, and
what's
like
good?
This glows right behind me. Jeepers!
You look like an angel.
All right, moving on. So for people who didn't see that, what was that about?
Yeah, we have our HSED program in the jail. We're always looking for ways to keep people that say, "Hey, don't come back here." We don't give them a 4-course meal, so they don't come back here for the food. I can tell you that. But we feed them enough to make them, by state statute, we feed them. But we also want to give them education. So whether it's we run some of the best programs in the state of Wisconsin, I believe, out of our jail, so that people don't come back here. Whether it's money management, anger management, drug management, Alcohol Anonymous, whatever it is, ways to help you get off your addiction. We help you. One of the other ways I think we can do that is education. I think when people have a high school diploma or a high school equivalent,
and that's what this is, right? High school equivalent diploma or something?
Correct.
Right.
Exactly. High school equivalent diploma. Then they can go get a job when they get out. And Some jobs require high school diplomas and things like that. So we're helping them get that. It's free. It's not, I don't want to say it's free. It's paid for from a grant from Northwood Tech. I understand grants aren't free, but there is no tax money from Barron County out of the sheriff's department budgets going into this program. We have a program coordinator we pay for that manages all of our programs, but we're not like giving these people free college education, things like that while they're in jail. So it's not like that. It's just a way to say, hey, here's something. If you want to take up some of the time when you're in jail, you can get this. We'll help you get it, and you can maybe make something of yourself when you get out of jail. So that's all it is. Huge increase. Hats off to our program coordinator, Amanda Poppy, and our Northwood Tech partnership. That's
what would you contribute this 173% increase? Is it simply we've had a lot more people in jail around that age that take advantage of it, or we're promoting it more? Like, why? Because I think the year before it was a huge increase. So this is continuing to grow up.
No, I think we started it last year, and I just think more and more people, surprisingly don't have that high school diploma.
Well, you didn't start it last year because there was a 173% increase over the previous year.
Well, I meant, yeah, but last year when we had the big, 3 years ago now. We've been doing it for 3 years.
Okay, yeah.
But it was really small. Then they got a grant to do some more work on it because it used to cost the inmate, and then it didn't. But then they got a grant to help people out, and now we've seen. But yeah, we have 28 people,
26 graduates.
26.
I think it had like 15 the year before or something like that.
Correct. But that many people didn't have high school diplomas that were in the jail. Now they have it. When they get out, maybe they can do something. Maybe they won't, but it's worth a try.
So the last thing we talked about was the registering your cameras, and you got, Facebook comments and others,
right.
A little pushback there. Do you get any kind of like, what are you doing educating criminals? Any of that kind of stuff?
Time, I wrote the press release a little different this time. Explained it a little bit more.
I remember last year we did this and it didn't go very well.
Right. Last time it didn't go well. This time it went very well. This time it went super well. But again, everybody knows who I am, where I stand, and that's where we're at. I mean, we're going to do it. I don't care if you're right.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you do this?
Well, exactly. Why wouldn't we do this? It doesn't cost anything. It's a good program. We use it as a disciplinary tool so that if they're bad in jail, they don't get to go to class. So then they have to sit in their cell, and now they get out. They have interaction. They're not just sitting looking at a wall. We use it as a disciplinary purpose too, to control our jail. And so that's what's important about it too, is it's used as a tool in our jail and how to follow rules and things like that. So it's good structure in our jail at very little cost, and it's great partnership.
Love it. All right, that was all we had on our show flow. Any announcements? Anything coming up? Anything else going on?
No.
Oh, wait, shoot. I have something you sent. I don't know if you want to talk about it. I have this photo here. Is this something that I don't even know what this is. Yeah. You had sent it a while ago, and I didn't know if that was something you wanted to talk about or not. What is this?
This is a youth outdoor family fun day, or it's a kid day. It's held just outside of Rice Lake. You register at barroncountyyouthshootingsports.org. So barroncountyyouthshootingsports.org. It's on our Facebook page. It's a really cool day. If you have never been to it, you as a parent take your kid out there. They get to shoot guns, bow and arrow, fishing rods, shoot at targets. We have lots of law enforcement officers there. You shoot right next to the cop. You learn how to handle a weapon properly. You learn how to unload it. You can shoot some shooting sports, how to safe handling of a firearm. The DNR is there. They talk you what to do with your gun when you're hunting and you got to cross a fence. I mean, a lot of really cool outdoor things. It's free. So we want everybody to come out to go to this event, 2024 Family Outdoor Field Day. It's really, really cool event put on by a great group of guys and gals, and a lot of volunteers going to this. And it's just a cool event. It's free. Everything's provided. You don't have to do anything. So, I mean, you don't
guns are provided. They don't have to bring their own guns.
And it's just really neat if your kid's into hunting. And it's really neat.
What kind of guns?
Shoot pheasants. We have all kinds. We shoot handguns. They they shoot rifles, they shoot pistols, they shoot anything you want. We even have a pistol that we shoot or that we shoot as a law enforcement officer. We have those out there. So because kids shoot guns, adults shoot guns. So a lot of the adults try to get in there, but usually there's too many kids for the adults to take part. This is strictly for kids to shoot. But everything is provided, and it's really a great partnership between law enforcement, the DNR, and this group of people.
Is that another? So going back to the kind of the pushback that you get from that, any pushback on that? Like, why are you teaching kids how to use guns when we're trying to? I'm just saying.
No.
I can see how some people could maybe potentially come to a connection here, or say, why in the world? I mean, we're talking before about school hoaxes and shooting hoaxes, etc.
Right.
Any pushback from the community on that?
No, because this is all about handling the gun safely, how to unload it, how to load it. We have lots of kids that hunt. We teach hunters ed, hunter safety, gun safety, and in school as part of schools. So I think this is an important tool. And again, it allows them to go out there with a parent. It's a good parent-child event. It's a good teaching event. They're not just going out shooting. They have to shoot at targets. It's not automatic weapons. It's nothing like that. It's how to shoot firearms that you would use in a hunting situation, how to do it safely. So it's just
maybe I should take that class because I'm scared of guns.
You should.
I really am. No, actually, I'm not scared of guns. I'm scared of people with guns. Yeah. Nope.
So it's a really neat day. I hope everybody comes out and it takes part.
And where can they register for that again? What Saturday, September 28th? So not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yeah, Barron County Youth Shooting Sports.org, and it's on our Barron County Sheriff's Department Facebook page, that flyer. So
all right, cool. What do you have coming up this week? Oh, what is today? Well, Tuesday. We'll have a board meeting tonight.
Oh, yeah.
County board meeting.
We had ours last night.
How'd it go?
We had ours last night. First draft of the budget went, boom, done.
Outstanding. I don't. Looked at the agenda. I think voting on adding like a jail deputy and a jail dispatcher into the budget. A couple other things, nothing huge. But there's an ad hoc committee meeting for the jail right before, so at 5. So I'll probably go to that one too. So the ad hoc committee, but I can't talk about that one, of course, as you know. It's closed session stuff, so I can't give any updates on that. But I haven't been to one of those before, so because I really don't. I'm a county board supervisor, and I have no idea where we are on the board. And apparently, all this stuff is being talked about at the ad hoc committee. So I'm like, I kind of want to go to that and find out where we are for my own knowledge. Yeah. So that's tonight. And then Thursday, we have 2 more guests this week. Brian Riesinger will be on our show Thursday. He just came out with a book. It was about rural farms. It was his story about his rural farm. It was land rich, cash poor. It's kind of like the plight of the American small farmer. He'll be on the show Thursday. And then Brewers president of baseball operations. He was on before, Rick Schlesinger. He'll be on our show this Friday. I think he just wants to come on because, he's obviously, clearly he's a Brewers fan if he's the president of the Brewers. And he knows that I'm a Cubs fan. I think he just wants to come on because that's the end of the season and the Brewers are going to the playoffs and the Cubs aren't. I think he just wants to come on and rub it in my face, which that's fine. I'll take it, right? Oh, okay. So,
season tickets, I saw that playoff tickets for the Brewers and the Twins are both going on sale. So some good baseball coming up in October, and we'll be
maybe when it's on, maybe I'll see if I can snag us a couple of playoff tickets and you and I go down and watch a game.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. All right. So we have our weather forecast here from Dirk. Today and Wednesday, we will see an area of showers work through Minnesota this morning. Weekends that push eastward, we'll be left with clouds. Those clouds will give way to mostly sunny skies. Okay, highs mid-upper 80s, then 70s tomorrow, lower 80s. So it looks like it's going to be warm.
Yeah.
In the evenings, cool-ish, kind of warmish.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Thursday, we will see partly skies kick off the day. Cold front, will start to push eastward. Of course, showers and thunderstorms, of course. Some of these could become strong and severe, so pay attention to that Thursday night. Pay attention to Dirk Miller's Facebook page. You'll get all the information you want. And then coming up for Friday and the weekend, of course, more chance of showers, a little cooler. Weekend, cloudy with a chance of showers, highs Saturday. Oh, wow, this is going to be a cooler weekend. Oh, but it looks like a great weekend, so there you go.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, pay attention to all that stuff. Thank you, Dirk.
Oh, I don't got nothing else. Just a couple meetings this week, and
What meetings?
I had a law enforcement meeting, and Boys and Girls Club meeting, and a Northwoods Coalition meeting, and so lots of meetings.
What's Northwoods Coalition?
That's a coalition I belong to. It involves all of the Northwoods prevention people, and we talk about prevention ideas and things that other counties are doing, and it's a partnership with Marshfield Clinic, and Marshfield Clinic sponsors the Northwoods Coalition, and then we have our own one in the county where we talk about what this school is doing or what that school is doing. So that's what I got cooking this week.
You got what?
That's what I got cooking this week.
Oh, okay.
Meetings. I'm not cooking anything.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I am. I don't know.
I'm not cooking anything, man. I support local businesses by buying stuff from them.
It's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Unless you have anything else that's going on, make sure you're registered for your cameras. For the shooting thing.
Register your cameras so we can track you. You can help us
so silly, the argument to it. Again, it's fine if you don't want to do it, but the argument is a silly argument. When we're giving away, and when we're giving away all that information for free and letting Amazon just open up your garage door whenever they want, really? You're okay with that, but no, don't solve crime. For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Dryden Wire founder Ben Dryden, and you've been watching The Big Show, Positive Tuesday, with Ben and Fitzy, presented by Professional Exteriors and Interiors. With 20 years of experience, this locally owned and operated business provides quality work both on the inside and on the outside of your home or business. Like Fitzy and I, they believe it's the little things that make a big difference. Give them a call today, see what they can do for you. The number's right there on the screen, 715-520-2271. We'll see you right back here next week for another exciting episode of Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy. So until then, thank you for watching, and as always, have a blessed day.